What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video. Today we're going to be doing a SimCity Build It walkthrough for the contest mayors. It's going to be a low-level player. This person's in my group. City name is Meadows. So let's go ahead and get started. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. We're almost up to 3,000 subscribers. Join us on Facebook at SimCity Build It, MissyAnne and if you're looking for a group that is very active, where you can actually prevail and do really good, if that's something that you want to do, you can reach out to us on Discord or Facebook, but you have to either be following the Missy's Building Guide as a low-level player, or you have to have a productive city as a high-level player and actually be playing the Contest of Mayors in Mega competitively each week. What that means is you actually go for the first place prize. When you join our group, we do offer comm training and we track your progress and all that stuff. So we have a lot of stuff that you guys can, benefit from. But if that is not something that you're interested in, you probably should not join the group. I get people all the time, they're just looking for a active group, and that's not really the type of players that we're looking for. Yes, we want you guys to be very active, but that's not all we want, right? We're looking for a specific kind of player. So if that sounds like you guys hit us up. You can hit star up in the description down below and see if you're a right fit for the group. Okay, so let's begin. Setting the scene. This person is in the Mega League. They're level 24. They have 906 experience left until level 25, which means that that's all they can utilize because they don't want to go to level 25. They are at 375 storage, so, I mean, it's not going to be impossible for them to play, but definitely a little bit more difficult than somebody who has max storage, right? Okay. 305,000 coins, which is a little bit low, but it's doable. The prepped items: feed, paint, ladders, melons, garden chairs, rolls, and watches. All right, here is the task assessment. Now, this streak assignment, we need to make note that this is a premium assignment, and it has downtime attached to it, and it's in the streaks, which means that he either has to go really fast. Well, actually, no, he does need to go really fast this week, and kind of hope that he can leave a few tasks remaining to try to rotate this back into the main list. But that's assuming that things work out that way. Kind of have to take it, task by task and see what happens, okay? So a premium assignment is an assignment that can be worth up to 3,000 points. A high premium is an assignment that can be worth more than 3,000 points, and a non-premium is an assignment that cannot be worth 3,000 points. A main task is a task that is in your list worth more than 2,000 points. Now, remember, this is a double points week, so 4,000 points on a double, okay? A rotatable task is a task that is worth in your list worth under 2,000 points on a normal week, so under 4,000 on a double. Then we have no touch, which is stuff like a 1,500 monster, so in this case, a 3K monster. Then we have last resort rotatable, which is stuff like coins and repair and keys at the value of 1,200 on a normal week. Now, if the keys and the repair are above 1,200 on a normal week, then we would mark them rotatable as they're taking up one of our decent place value task spots, okay? All right, so we go through, we're gonna label everything, and you guys, the comm guide, you really need to refer to that. If you're not using that, you really need to be. A lot of people that make mistakes, all I have to do is say, look at the comm guide, and they're like, huh? And then I screenshot it and cut the little spot out they're supposed to be reading, and it says right there why what they did was wrong. So if you utilize the docs that I have available for you guys will do a lot better, okay? All right, so premium, war, disaster, task assessment. We're going to go through, we're going to say everything that we know about each task. Then we're going to label them into subcategories of main, rotatable, no touch cancels, things like that. Okay, so that is a main assignment. Then we have a non-premium limited. So it's limited because once you use up all of your regular residential homes, you have to build more before you can do more epics. And if you're camping, that's kind of a problem. So they're limited for you guys. So you don't want to just blow right through them. That being said, this is for 60 epic points. This is a main task, so he will need to do that. Normally, what you guys do is if the epic project is at a low value, you can try to avoid it to save on houses, and because that assignment has a pretty high turnover rate sometimes, that, or a high algorithm is what I should say. That being said, he will need to do it, but when the time is right, because it has a 24-hour timer on it and then a 12-hour cooldown. He has no other maps unlocked. That being said, he'll want to be careful when that epic goes on cooldown. All right, then we have a non-premium main delivery to Paris, and there's nothing special about that. Like, it's not limited or anything. We have a premium medal. He put non-premium, but it's premium, and it is at rotatable value. Okay. Then we have a high premium rotatable launch legendary war attack. It's important that you guys label the high premiums as high premiums and not just premiums. That does make a difference when rotating things. Then we have a high premium, he put non-premium. A high premium old town. Again, makes a difference when you guys label your upgrades properly, because if this was slightly higher in value, it would mean, hey dude, we don't want to cancel that one over something that may be equal in value because it has a higher chance of coming back, or it has a chance at coming back with higher value than, let's say, a Paris or something. And you don't want to accidentally screw that up. So you guys really need to start marking these high premiums, okay? Then we have a premium rotatable nails, a non-premium last resort rotatable coins that is used just before the streaks to bring in any upgrades or factory productions that are not yet in your list. Then we have a premium or a non-premium monster, no touch. Okay. Premium VU rotatable, non-premium on the minerals. No, that is not a non-premium task for a low-level player. That is a premium task for a low-level player. So premium rotatable. Then we have a non-premium no touch design challenge upgrade. Okay. So looking at this list, whoops. What do we start with? Obviously, the upgrade war card, right? It's the highest in the list. Premium, main, best op. That's what we go with. Now, I actually appreciate how this person does their screenshots. I just want to mention that because some of you guys suck. All right? Floss, you're one of those people that sucks. He gives me screenshots where it shows like the first two assignments and then that's it. It's terrible. So I do appreciate when you guys stitch these together. You take the time to do that. Just want to make sure I thank you guys that are actually doing that, okay? Because I know it's a lot of work. All right, so he went through and stitched all this up. 6K on the upgrade war card. Now he gets a premium textile, significant downtime, rotatable value. If we can avoid this task, we're going to try to. Right now, as you guys remember, he has feed prepped. So here's the thing with this, though. What did he do wrong here? What would you have done? Would you have done the epic or would you have done the Paris? Well, he should have went with the Paris. Why? He's going to do the epic anyways because it's at main task value. Why should he go with Paris? Time. Epic is on a timer. If he does the Paris, he could easily end up opening up better assignments for several assignments, and he could hold off on having to do that epic, right away. Point being that if he starts the epic early, it's just less time he has to hold on to that epic. So it's kind of nitpicky, to be like, oh, you could have got an extra hour out of your epic or whatever, but it's definitely more productive that way. I'm not going to mark it wrong because technically I wouldn't consider this a wrong choice. It's just it would have been a little bit wiser, prep-wise and everything, to go with the Paris. Okay, so he does the epic. He gets a 3,200 on keys, so on a normal week that's 1,600. So he goes with the Paris, obviously. That's his next main assignment. Okay. All right. Now he gets the upgrade war card for 6,000 again. So he does that. Then he gets a main repair task now at 4,000 points. That's obviously going to be what gets done next. Then there's that epic again for 800. So now he's 120 points into his epic, so he's got 80 points left on his epic. Okay. He gets delivery to Tokyo for 6,000. Now he gets delivery to Paris again for 4,800. So this is the third time this assignment has been done, but it's at maximum value. It's significantly higher than our, 2 or 4K average, whichever way you want to say it this week. Point being, obviously, even though it's been done a couple of times, given its value, it being at main task value, he's going to continue to do that, okay? Obviously, if it gets too out of hand, then it would be pointless to give away that much cash. But for now, that's what he would do. Now, here's where he made his first big mistake, okay? And I want to talk about this because he's not the only person that made this mistake this week. It's just that the other person has not only been here longer, but they actually had a feed assignment in their list when they made this mistake, which makes them even more stupid. So, we're going to talk about why this was a big mistake, okay? He got textiles and he got chems, okay? Now he's got metal, keys, launch legendary, nails, VU, minerals. Now, out of all of the assignments that I just listed, all of them are doable except basically, well, the chems, which technically they're right around doable value, but we're probably going to try to avoid them if possible. Point being, he has feed prepped. Why would he pick up the feed to do the metal when he could go a little bit lower on a high premium limited time? So you can only do this assignment during war on the monster. When he could easily just go a little bit lower, do the launch legendary, save the feed that he has prepped. Because here's the thing with you low-level players, and you got to remember this, okay? You guys prep that feed. That is a 5-hour whatever prep. 5-6 hour prep, okay? You prep that feed, you have all that feed sitting there ready to go. When you get about 20 or so assignments in, it's pretty much too close to streaks to be able to even do the feed, even if you did get it. So you can only really do the feed within the first about 20 assignments of the contest, right? So wouldn't it make more sense to try to get what you could out of some of these other assignments first, if at all possible? He had so many other doorways, and the metal wasn't a main task. It wasn't anything spectacular. It's 3,200 points. That's almost nothing on a double week. That's, 1,600 on a normal week versus a 1,200 launch legendary. So for an extra 400 points, he threw away 5 hours worth of downtime. Now, let's say that he does the launch legendary instead of the metal, and he gets a 35 feed task. Looking at his list right now, he would have feed, chems, hex. He would need to do the feed. Why? Because he prepped it, he can get it done, it's another doorway he can open up, and then he can continue on. He's already got glass in the streaks. So if he can do the feed sooner rather than later, then he would want to, because if it comes in later, he's not going to be able to do it, right? Now, he clears out some of or all of the feed to do this metal assignment. That I would not have done. At least not that soon. I would have at least tried my hand at the high premium in the list. See how that worked out for me, okay? Now he gets a watches assignment for 2,880, okay? That becomes, obviously, the next best choice. Now he gets a 3,200 epic. So he was already 120 points into the epic. Now he's 160 points in. So he's got, roughly 40 points left on his epic. Okay? All right. Now he gets hit with a 6K upgrade. Ouch. Well, we don't know if more upgrades are going to roll in yet, right? So at this point, we go with looking at our list as a whole. So I'm going to label these in normal value, okay, just while I talk. We have a 3K London. We have a 1,400 chemicals, roughly. So yeah, no, that's not even at doable value. I don't know why I said that earlier. Kind of tripped me out. Okay. 1,600 keys. 1,300 on techs, roughly. 1,400. And we've got the 1,200 launch legendary. Well, yeah, keys can be done. Why? It's the next best thing, but here's the thing. I probably would have went with the launch legendary under these circumstances. Why? Let's just, and here's the thing. Remember when I tell you guys you have to follow the storyline of your assignments? Okay? With that 6K upgrade there, and the fact that he's been rotating these main couple doorways here since the beginning of the contest. So the first 11 assignments, he's been working these main 3 doorways here. None of them have been that great to him. One of them is now closed off. Now, essentially what he needs to do is he needs to rotate in something that's either going to start giving him good assignments or give him another upgrade so that he can do a cancellation. When he does the keys, that has a high algorithm on it, right? Okay. So, given that he's worked these main 3 doorways this long, and it has a very high algorithm on the keys, the odds of him doing the keys and getting the keys back is pretty high. If he would have went with the launch legendary, it would have either done one of 2 things. It would have given him a really good, decent assignment, more than likely, okay? Or it would have given him a really good upgrade that he can't do. And in that case, he would have been able to say, okay, I need to rotate a couple more things in and then get my cancellation done. Because he's either going to be able to work this week, the entire week, with that 6K upgrade in his list, or he's not going to be able to, and he needs to figure that out sooner rather than later. The keys doesn't really help him in that. You know what I mean? It doesn't really help him figure that out. So he does the keys, and, well, he gets his residential upgrade. Okay. So we do know that upgrades are rolling in. Now the question is, how long until the keys come back, now that those have been rotated in, right? Okay. So now he does the launch legendary. So let's see what happens. Now he gets repair, which is a high algorithm assignment, similar to the keys. Now he does that because he has nothing better to do. And there's the keys again. I'm not really that surprised, but at least the keys changed doorways, right? Okay, point being, that really sucks. That it wouldn't have turned to keys had the keys been there. So obviously now he's going to do keys again, because now that is the highest in the list. The nails are not a high premium assignment. He has rotated a few doorways, so let's see what happens. Now he gets plastic. Well, he's already picked up his feed. He can go ahead and do the plastic. There's keys again. So this will be the 3rd time keys has come in. Now, here's the problem. Twice it came in for 1,600 on a normal week. The 3rd time it came in, it was for a main task value. But the problem is, and this is an issue with this entire week, and I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm saying, why I'm assessing his list this way. When you look at a list, if you don't follow the storyline of your week, if you don't pay attention to every little thing, all the doorways, everything that you've done, you can look at this list and draw the wrong conclusion, not knowing that this assignment has been done multiple times. You don't have that in the back of your head, okay? So, yes, keys was the right choice here because of its value, right? But I want you guys to pay attention to what values continuously come in. What is his average? How many 6K assignments have you seen? Or even decent assignments? Not very many, right? Okay. So now he gets a launch common war attack. Now on a normal week, this is another 1,600 point assignment. Make note that every time that you do a 1,600 assignment, you are 400 points lower on your average. So you would need to do a 2,400 point assignment on a normal week to make up for those 400 points lost. How often do you see him getting 2,400 point assignments to make up for lost points? Not very often. That's kind of a problem. So there's another 1,600 point assignment done. Okay. What's this? Well, it's a little bit better. Not really. So there's bricks. Okay. What's that? Not much better. 1,600 on metal. Okay. Just barely 2,000. So this holds his 2K average for this one assignment. So the points lost on all those previous assignments that he just did, none of those were made up on this assignment. Okay. What's this? Not very good. I can tell you that. Pretty bad. 1,440 points. Ouch. So, what are you noticing here with this doorway? It's not giving him anything good, is it? So, go back through every one of the screenshots that he did. Without the knowledge of the history of this doorway, it appears as though he has been picking the right assignment, right? Did he make any wrong choices just by a list observation? Nope. He made every correct choice there was by a list observation. But by a storyline and following the history of his assignments and doorways, he's been screwing up his whole week and doesn't even know it yet. Why? Because he's on a terrible doorway. His good doorway is blocked off with that 6K upgrade. So he either needs to cancel it, or he needs to rotate in a different doorway to break the cycle. To start opening up better doorways. Just because the assignment looks to be correct, you have to look at all the contributing factors. Remember when I told you guys that there is basic comm, and then there's more advanced comm? When I test you guys on your knowledge, it's a little overwhelming to get you guys to remember doorways and stuff at the beginning, but you know about them at the beginning. You know that's something you should be watching for. I tell you guys, focus on learning what's premium, what's non-premium, and this, that, and the other thing. Once you get the hang of that, you can focus more on the more difficult things with the contest. This is something that an advanced player or trainer would notice. They would be like, dude, okay, yeah, this might look like the correct choice, but you've been rotating like 5 tasks now, all below 2,000 points. Significantly below. How long are you going to do that for? Before you realize, hey, dude, your average is dropping terribly. You need to change your doorway. This is not being good to you. Okay? This is why this player did so bad this week. He didn't make that many mistakes by a list observation, but he did terrible this week because of the mistakes that were made by not assessing his doorways. Now he finally gets a main task. Okay, so one of those 1,600 point assignments is now made up to bring it up to a 2,000 point average. One out of all those assignments he just now made up the points for. Okay? Now he gets a 6K upgrade. Now he has 2 6K upgrades. He is just about below the absolute max line that you can cancel. The max line that you can cancel is basically 25 tasks in for a low-level player, right? Why would a high-level player cancel anyway? So this upgrade just came in. Doesn't make sense to cancel immediately. He's got, at best, 2 more assignments he can rotate to see if it's going to continue to give him upgrades and figure out what he's going to do next. So now he goes with the nails. Okay. And he gets repair for 4,000. So he does that. Now right here, let's see. He gets another 6K upgrade. So here's his predicament. This is where an advanced player comes in and they say, okay, what am I going to do now? This is one of those rare occurrences that I talk about where you would cancel immediately after getting an upgrade. It's extremely rare, but here's his options, okay? He has 35 assignments remaining, plus tickets. 15 assignments before streaks. If he waits even one more task to cancel, he's going to seriously hurt himself, okay? Now, do you think that it's smart for him to go another 15 assignments with 3K tasks in his list that he can't do after, not only that, but after not having the best week? Why didn't he have the best week? Because he didn't shift his doorways enough. If he had shifted his doorways more, these upgrades would have either stayed away or rolled in sooner, right? If they would have rolled in sooner, he could have canceled sooner. He would have been shifting up doorways. He would have had better assignments. But since he worked one doorway that was terrible to him for so long, he basically just, every time he did those assignments, he just took a chunk off his score. Now, he's in a bad situation. Now he's in a situation where it's like, okay, do I proceed the rest of the week with these assignments in my list? Or do I take the risk and cancel the one that's been sitting the longest in hopes that it'll come back before I have to begin the streaks at 9 tasks remaining, and it'll give me better tasks? Well, I would have canceled the London upgrade right here. Okay, I also wouldn't have made the mistakes that he made, but when you guys come to me after making the mistakes, it's how do you fix them? That was his only shot at saving his week this week. Now, he didn't take that shot. He rotated in the premium down there at the bottom, okay? Which would have been the VU. Now he gets repair again. For what? What is that? 1,600 points again. Why do you think he's getting 1,600 point assignments? Let's do a list observation. A task assessment. Main. Rotatable. So he's got 3 main upgrades he can't do, and 2 rotatables right there at 1,600 points. Okay? Everything is right around that points value. So if you're working only that doorway, the odds of getting a 3K task are slim. If the game gives you a combination of values, if it gives you some 1,600s, some 1,300s, an 800, and a couple 3,000s or 2,400s or whatever, it gives you a combination. The odds of you getting a 3K task with 3 of them sitting there is slim. Impossible? No, but slim. Okay? Okay, so he does another 1,600 point assignment. And he gets a 2,000 epic. Now, he claims he didn't do this because he didn't have enough points or something to finish on his epic. He had come to me with this problem, so he really couldn't do the epic at this time. That being said, if you know that your epic cannot be fixed, there is one way that you can fix it if you have 4 pointers, okay? You can bring it all the way, you can lay down some 1s and 2s if you have to and bring it all the way to 1 point left on, before you finish your epic. So let's say you need 200. You can bring it all the way to 199 points. Say you need 3 more epic points to finish your assignment, you'll just donate to a 3-pointer on 199 points out of 200 on your epic. That'll give you what you need to finish your epic assignment. His situation was a little bit different. I can't remember exactly what it was. I'd have to go back and look at the messages, but for whatever reason, he couldn't do his epic assignment. Okay, so what he does is he goes and he does the minerals. Now, at this point, let's just count the upgrades because the opportunity to cancel is gone. So he's got design, Old Town, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He needs 1 more upgrade before he can start streaks, and he's 13 assignments away from even starting streaks. He's got chems and techs, so really it comes down to his only workable doorways at this point are minerals and coins. Now, the minerals could hold him for a couple of assignments maybe, and then the coins can get him at least close to the streaks, but it's risky. So, what's he get again? What is that? Ding, 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 another 1600 repair. Okay. 2,000 nails, or 2,040. Ah, sorry. Oh, stay. Okay. What's that? 1,600 keys again. Are you really surprised at this point? How many 1,600 points assignments has he done? Every time he does that, remember, take 400 points off his average. Every time he does that. Another 400 points off his average. So in the last 3 assignments, he lost 1,200 points off his average. Yeah. Just about 1,600 points. So there's another just about 400 points off his average. What's that again? I mean, it's a little closer, but not much. Okay. At least you got one 6,000 point assignment. The VU, right? What happens? Ouch. So he finally gets a good assignment, and his doorway gets closed off with a high premium Latin, right? So now, what do you think is going to happen in the streaks? You think that he's going to get a lot of high value assignments with all these in the list? Probably not. Okay, so now he's got all of his upgrades. So now what does he do? What would be the best option for him at this point? Let's reassess what we got going on here. We've got a terrible average. Okay, now this is one of these rare occurrences again. You guys pay attention. We're going to assess everything he has going on. He has glass in the streaks for 1,200 on a normal week. Okay? He has 25 assignments remaining. All streaks, or not all streaks, all upgrades are in his list. He has Epic secured and all other doorways secured. He's got Techs and he's got Chems. He doesn't have sugar, glass, or feed secured. Glass is already in the streaks. What would be the best thing for him to do? Well, he can do the glass, or at least prep the glass, depending on if we're on a war downtime, which I think we are right now. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure we are. If we are, he can prep the glass, do the glass, rotate the coins. That way he can try to get the glass or the feed back in the main list. He'll start the streaks just a few tasks early, or what he can do is he can further drop his average and really screw himself up. Okay? Because what he can do right now is he can still save, technically, this week if he absolutely had to. What he could do is he could finish the streaks early with tickets remaining, so that if he absolutely had to, he could cancel that 6K London that's in his list that's been sitting since the start. Now, that's a risky move. You don't normally want to cancel on tickets. But when you have that many in your list worth that high value, and you screwed up your week this badly, it may be your only actual shot. He didn't do that. Okay? That's what I would advise him to do. So he did the coins first. He got sugar. Now he had no choice but to start the glass. Right? Okay. So he does glass, but now he has nothing left that he can rotate in his main list to try to get the feed and the glass secured. So he does coins again. Now, most of these are terrible points values. The 8,000 points are going to help a little bit, but, you know, he gets a 2,400 repair, which is 1,200. Basically, another terrible assignment. 1,400 on a double week is terrible. Then he's got 2,800 on a double. on minerals. Now he gets at least a 6,000 Tokyo delivery. Okay. Coins again. Tape. Plastic. Tokyo delivery. Now, I want you guys to pay attention for just a minute. How many Tokyo deliveries and Paris deliveries did you guys count? I think I counted 4 Paris and 3 Tokyo. That's a significant amount of cash this week spent on deliveries. Not really good if he doesn't win. And even if he does win, that's a pretty big chunk out of his earnings. So, I mean, at least we do get the legendary chest, so there's 120 cash there. And we win war most of the time, so there's probably another 120 cash in war rewards. So on average, my players can get like 2,440 or 80 or something cash. If they win Mega, we win both wars. They get their launch legendary, or not their launch legendary, their legendary chest, and then whatever's in the side pass or whatever. But still, you would rather spend less cash than, more cash. That's why I said if you guys start getting a lot of delivery loops, where I had this person that was in a launch 3K and a delivery to Tokyo loop. Every time they did the 3K delivery to Tokyo, they got the 3K VU. Now, that's a really hard loop to break, but if he would have continued on with it, he would have not only used up all of his VU, but imagine the cash on a $20 delivery that many times. Yeah. You're basically going to win. I bet if you win, it's not even going to matter because you're not going to be able to keep any of it. It's all going to go back to paying what you spent. All right, so now he gets another VU. Then he gets planks, metal, another repair, lawn chairs, Paris delivery. Then there's the feed, okay? Which sucks, but at least he does have some time left. He can complete it. Then he gets repair again. He's done a lot of repairs this week. Another delivery, but this one's for London. Keys, metal, shovels, and that was his end score, okay? He does have some tickets left, I'm assuming, but obviously he's going to try to save them if he can. This is a really bad score for a double week, okay? He could have done a lot better than this had he known what to do. I was playing competitively this week, so I was not able to monitor him as closely as I usually would. Usually what I do with my new players is they send me their screenshots on Messenger as they do them, and I review them periodically throughout the day to try to catch any big ongoing mistakes, just like this, where I would have, had I not been playing competitively myself, I would have been able to catch this for him. And I would have said, hey, whoa, you need to change doorways. This is not good for you. You got to do something different here because this is not good. We may have to cancel something, right? In this case, he was kind of on his own this week, and yeah. So for you guys who are not in my training course and you're trying to learn how to play calm from these walkthroughs, pay very close attention to the mistakes that these players make. If you want your weeks reviewed, all you have to do is take screenshots, same way that they do, put them in a Google photo album. Somebody had asked me, like what app do you use or whatever. Just download the Google Photos app, and you're going to upload them to an album, okay? Make sure that they are in order, and then you hit share, and then you get the link, and then you send me the link. All right. Good luck to you guys.